Hi, welcome to the Native Wildman channel. Your host, Sean Catfish Wilson. And for today's tea time, we are going to do lemon ginger green from Ellen's Planted Teas. And today's subject is going to be how to care for your rods and reels. Just like a basic general, as basic as you can get. And this is again more geared towards beginners. I love the smell of that by itself. It's really good. Really good. Alright. First off, more than I wanted, but it'll be fine. What are you doing? Alright. For the shout out board, Gonzo's Bluminati Ninja. Radina's local tastes better. If you're ever in the Manhattan, Kansas area, go check them out. Danny Day's Homestead, Victoria May, the quiet listener. Women carry knives, a therapeutic edge. Do something kind for somebody. Ellen's Planet Tea, Ellen's Oolong. Kitty with a Knife, SE Knives. Crossover Paranormal Society. Big Tiny's Outdoors, Civivi Knives. Spirit Brothers UK. Big Red EDC, Catching Them Fish Outdoors. The Gypsy and the Vanilla Gorilla. Hug-a-moo, hug-a-moo, hug-a-moo. The Fly Smith. Anything is possible. Gal's Southern Living. Yonan's Edge. My Bad Adventures. Grumpy Grunt. CGRB Knives. Maddisfaction. The Squirrel King. Also check out Squirrel's Magnet Fishing. The Sunfish King. Off the Hook Outdoors for your custom baits, soft plastics, and panfish and ice fishing. Look at Ted's stuff. He makes some really good stuff. The Laugh Channel, EDCQ. On the Wild Side, if you're ever in Manhattan, Kansas, go check out On the Wild Side. That's where I got most of these lovely spears. I got the dinosaurs from Ellen's. I found that. Wild Japan, Hog Deer 79. ODC for EDC, Smoky Mountain Knife Works. Chillin' Indiana Carl. Gel Bait and Tackle Outdoors, Lefty EDC. Some Old Man Outdoors. True Budget EDC. Angling Spiders. Knives Fast. Zach Stuff. Matt's Fishing Mission, and the Sunfish King again. Wrong way, Sean. Alrighty. time to give this thing a taste-a-roo. Yo, that has a lovely golden green color. Kind of cloudy, but that's because I put the leaves directly in. I mean, even if you use like a tea egg, I'm not going to try and grab that because it's hot and I don't want to burn myself. So, definitely tasting the ginger in here. This, I don't think it has actual, it has lemon peel in it. Yep, some lemon peel in it, some lemongrass, different types of green teas. You're definitely tasting the green teas in there. A gray hair. A gray hair. You know what that means? I can go to the zoo and tease the bears. Dude, don't go to the zoo and tease the bears. Oh man, I'm not really gonna go to the zoo and tease the bears. It comes from a TV series that I watched before, dude. Oh, good, dude, good. Yeah, if you don't know where that line comes from, it comes from God, the Devil, and Bob. And the episode is God's Favorite. It's a pretty funny show in my opinion. I really like it. But a little watered down. I shouldn't have put so much water in it, but it'll be fine. For some reason, I got fish hooks and fishing stuff everywhere. You would think I'm a fisherman or something. Oh, I am. Okay, so basic rod care. Okay, that's a little bit too much. So, not all rods, but some rods, actually a lot of rods nowadays I've been noticing come with a hook keep to hook your baits on. So, is that right, Cosmo? Is that right, Cosmo? I love you. So if you have a hook keep, always use a hook keep. If not, if you don't have a hook keep, always use the guide support bars, or I'm not sure, the support feet, or I'll have to look up the actual term for it. But never stick it in the guides itself, because if you're using stainless steel guides, you can run the risk of scratching the inside of your guides. And if you're using the ones with the inserts like this, these ones have the Fuji inserts, so they're most likely aluminum oxide inserts. You can pop the inserts out, and you don't want to do that. And when you do hook it up, well, you can. You want it on there snug enough, but you want your rod to be straight. And the reason why you want your rod to be straight is because rods will eventually, they go to true a lot, but they can also hold. Cosmo, you gotta mess everything up. You got to make a mess out of everything, don't you? Don't you? Where'd you go? There you are. Get it, Cosmo. You don't even like stick stuff, Cosmo. I love you. So anyways, back to what I was saying before I got distracted. Rods, similar to monofilament, but it takes a long time. I don't know exactly how long, but if you, let me, but if you keep your rod at a bend like that, what will happen over time is the rod will remember that bend, and it will have that bend in it for the rest of its life. And if you take really good care of your rods, especially your rods, it can last, like this one here, it's 25, 26 years old. It's an Ugly Stick Tiger. OG Ugly Stick Tiger. It has the Fuji line guides on it, which are really, really good, in my opinion. Alright. So, never keep your rods at a bow, because, and also with that tip bowed down like that, it will affect the feel of the rod. Yeah, well, I can do that later. Or maybe because my desk over here is wood, maybe I should just use that. Alright. So next thing you want to do is every once in a while, you want to always check your knots. That's an important thing, but that's doesn't have much to do with rod care. That's more I don't know what you would call that, line attentivity, paying attention to your line. So okay, what you do is take it apart. Not take it apart, you actually don't have to take anything off for this. And then what you do is you can grab yourself a rag, and you're my weight bird. You can also use a toothbrush for this. I wouldn't suggest using like a wire brush or a hard brush, or a plastic brush with hard bristles would also be really good. But you want to go through, kind of clean up your rod. Clean up around your eyes. It doesn't have to be perfect, but and depending on the waters you fish, how much scum or icky stuff is in the water, mud, whatnot, is how often you should clean it. And also while you're at it, examine your eyes, especially if you are using braided fishing line or a fused fishing line. You always want to examine your line or your line guides. which these ones are all fine, and I wouldn't think that I'd have too much issue with them because this is a pretty, well, not super expensive, but it's a moderately expensive rod, I guess. They run about $100 for a St. Croix Triumph rod. And they do use high quality guides on them. But you do want to get most of the gunk off of it. Dirt, sand, algae, moss, things that can end up drying on there. I guess the sand particles would be really, really small. And if you're a beginning fisherman, like I've stated in videos before, I definitely do not suggest one of these rods, because they will break a lot easier than like a fiberglass rod would. I mean, you could break any rod. On cork handles, if you have true oil or some type of like penetrating oil to penetrate down in there to help protect the cork, that would be a good deal. I'm out. As far as restoring the cork handles, I don't. Cosmo, hello, I love you. What are you doing, little birdie? What are you doing, little birdie? All right. Now you move on to the reel. You don't have to take the reel off, but because of the way my ceilings are, I'm in an attic apartment, so my ceilings are kind of slanted, So I'm going to go ahead and take the reel off just for ease of cleaning, and I don't want to smack my rod on the wall or the ceiling a lot. So then, that, you go, just kind of, and this is just a basic maintenance. It's something you want to do after a few fishing trips or so, depending on how bad your stuff is getting dirty. And right now I'm just currently just basically using just straight water. Take the spool off. Well, it's kind of clean inside there. Try and definitely clean around this outside rim fairly decent. And this is one reason why I'm using just pure water, because I don't have to worry about getting soap or anything on here. And since I have the spool off, we're gonna take a drop of oil, put on there. And this is a fairly new reel, so I'm not too worried about cleaning the old stuff off. All right. So but once a year or every 2 years, it is recommended to take these things apart and clean the gears out and whatnot. But depending on how much you fish, anyways, the more you fish, Alright, and then we stick the spool back on. adjust the drag. Then you obviously put it back on the rod. But I'm not gonna yet. I'll do that off camera because I've already showed you how to do that on another video. So that is your basic rod and reel care. It'll help make your rod last longer, or less, you want to get the crud out of the eyes because you don't want to ruin your line. So washing your eye guides will help you save your line. No, Cosmo. Silly bird. Anyways, let me know what you think of this video. Please like, please subscribe. And if you're new to fishing, I hope this video helps you out. Peace and long life, my friends. Bumblebee Jasper.